You'll get no argument here about the importance and value of empathy in the workplace. And if you do a quick Google search about empathy, workplace performance, success, you're going to find lots of research that also supports how a culture of empathy contributes to how we work together to achieve more. In essence, you're going to find out quite a lot about how the skill of empathy within our culture contributes to the trust that we're able to build with someone else, which amplifies our psychological safety. And when we're in spaces of psychological safety, we do things like problem solving and communication and innovation to a much higher degree. However, when we're trying to cultivate a culture of empathy, we may notice that we stumble quite a bit. And here's why. So CliftonStrengths assessment highlights 34 signature themes or attributes. And in the assessment, we'll identify for each individual their top 5 signature themes. So the 5 attributes that the individual leans on. Now, empathy is one of the 34 signature themes. And of those individuals who've completed CliftonStrengths, which is a lot of people, only 18% have empathy in their top 5 signature themes. So based on the research from CliftonStrengths and Gallup's, basically we're noticing that a small percentage of the population has empathy as a very strong attribute. So a large portion of the population does not respond with empathy immediately or spontaneously. It's not their go-to behavior. Now, the second piece of information is that empathy is an emotional intelligence skill, and it's part of the interpersonal realm. And one of the contributing EQ skills for us to demonstrate empathy is emotional self-awareness. Now, when we assess the global population around emotional self-awareness, less than 10% are proficient in this skill. So a lack of emotional self-awareness will decrease my capacity to execute on this skill, even if I undergo training on how to use the skill. So what are we to do in our culture if we're trying to create a culture of empathy so we can have all of these really beneficial things when we work together? Well, we have to start with developing emotional self-awareness. We have to start with expanding our language and understanding what emotions we're feeling, because then we'll be able to identify in which emotions we will freely demonstrate and use empathy and in which emotions we won't.